Hey guys, so here bringing you another video and welcome back to Challenger Spectate, and today we're doing something a bit different within Challenger Spectate. We're watching a support. So we normally don't watch supports because they might not be the most exciting thing to watch, but I couldn't help this because recently on Reddit it came up going, there's a new rank 1 EU West player, and that is a JANNA one trick of some degree, and this is the player. They are still rank 1 of me recording this video, and they legit just play JANNA. And I think, by the way, to the extent that some of the games, the first one I clicked on in this player's match history, there was a JANNA and a Brom in the same team. So I'm guessing this person just plays lane JANNA if they can't get support. This game, they were actually given mid, but the Lucian actually, they swapped around. So honestly, this is a proper legit JANNA one-trick player who is currently rank 1 on EU West. Now, I can look up something I guess may be a good idea while we're kind of in the early game. I can see if they're like a duo player, because some people, League's a weird thing. Some people rate duo players, some people really don't rate duo players. But obviously, no matter if they're duo or not, it's an impressive feat, obviously. So this player is legitimately a JANNA only account. They have played one champion, that is JANNA. They both get knocked up by Rakando at level 1. Not a great start to the game, and they are heavily focusing the JANNA. She uses her own heal, because obviously AD carries now take exhaust. But the trade overall has actually turned in red team's favour. You can see the JANNA is auto-attacking heavily, and without heal, the Samira just dies. Weirdly didn't flash to escape, but that's a nice turnaround. But yeah, one champion played, that's it, JANNA, and it's a 408 game JANNA, and in their recent games, no duo queue. They're not a duo queue player, apparently. I will check on one other website, because sometimes op.gg isn't the most accurate with knowing if someone is duo, but another website is. I will check now. A little bit. Okay, so here's the thing. It says often plays with, but the thing is, because it's a challenger game, that could just be other challengers that are in the same game as this player, but the game detects they're playing together a lot, where they're not duo, they're just playing with each other. Samira also taking damage. Misfortune going to go all in. Flashes do come out. JANNA aggressively flashing with her W and will get the kill. Kindred now ganking. Q comes in. Lovely predicted Q to get rid of the Kindred for now. And JANNA's going to do her best to try and deny at least the Kindred the kill. You'd rather Rakan to have it, which is going to be the case. And there you go. A little bit of a fiesta start already, but there's that. A really good predicted Q, though. But yeah, within the often plays with category, it's 14 games played with someone called Shaolin Monk, who is not in this game on either team, and someone called The Boths, and that player, again, is not in this game. So I presume it's not a duo queue player, so that makes it even more impressive. This is a rank 1 challenger person who one-tricks JANNA. JANNA is not known as, like, the carry support to play if you want to climb, but this player obviously is making it work, which does show support is a fine role if you do want to climb in solo queue. There's not really an argument when the rank 1 player on EU West is a support main, is it? You know. But anyway, what can a JANNA do, by the way, to like help her team, help the game? Well, one thing you'll notice straight away is the aggression level. So what I want you guys to kind of point, like, see is your JANNA that you have in your games versus this JANNA. Already, I would imagine most of you are not used to a JANNA that is this playing up. Like, normally when you have a JANNA in your team, she's just chilling in a bush and she'll occasionally shield you. You may auto-attack once or twice. This JANNA has never been in the bush. She's constantly looking aggressive. She's either just behind the Misfortune or basically level with the Misfortune. She's using or trying to use the W on cooldown, which I presume she'll be maxing that because that's actually quite a lot of damage. And she's aggressively using the Tornado as well. So this is actually how you play it. And MF getting aggressive, like all in, and will go down. And obviously worth knowing, Samira is still very overpowered. So this game, again, is against one of the most overpowered champions in the game, Samira. Can a JANNA stop Samira? You know, that's going to be something we also can find out too. But it's impressive. Like, it's impressive, obviously, to get rank 1 or challenger. Even diamond is relatively impressive, master, whatever. But to be rank 1 is a different story. But this is also the issue other people have said before. There have been really good solo queue players, rank 1 players in the past that have never made it to pro. Because you'd think, oh, rank 1, maybe they're going to try and go pro one day. The problem with especially one-tricking or specializing this heavily is that is a anti-pro thing. You know, this player goes pro, they just play Janna. Oh, you ban Janna out. Oh, well, this player isn't, you know. They're probably still a decent support when they don't play Janna, but not like the same level. So that's why we've seen time and time again, there have been one-trick, really well-known one-trick swap to other positions. And like, you know, when they're like, I don't want to be a solo queue player anymore, I want to go pro, they have to, you know, open their champion pool up. Anyway, triple kill for Kindred. Lovely Jack stun. Janna comes in, gets the Q herself. Jack's unfortunately not going to get anything more, so that is just a kill for Janna. But a good one is RF Legendary, if people remember him. I don't know what he does anymore, to be honest, but he was, I believe, a Nidalee one-trick top laner. Wanted to go pro eventually, being a challenger player for years. Went pro. Never performed amazingly well because he was just really good at Nidalee. I think he did okay, but just nothing spectacular. It's the problem with, you know, specializing too much. Meanwhile, though, again, Janna is ganking at level 6 in top lane. She should give this kill to Jax if she can. She's going to do the slow. Lulu a bit tanky, and Jax will get the kill. So that's another aggression play. Meanwhile, bot lane, by the way, tower dive coming through. Lilia, though, arriving at the right time. Misfortune will survive just, and Rakan is now out of position, and the Lucian might rotate over, but there is a Rise, I think that was, hiding in the shadows. No, it's a Kindred. So yeah, Lucian 1 kill, and Lucian probably a double kill, which is very nice. Rakan flashes, and he actually will get away. He will get away. So yeah, there's a roam example from Janna. How do you affect the map as a support? Well, it's much like top lane. Try to win your lane, but roam. So many people will complain about I can't carry, including myself, because maybe I don't roam enough. That if you win top lane, or you are a good support, you do have times that you can go impact the map. And a good support will do that. You can see Janna isn't even going to bot lane right now. She is in mid. She's bought Moby boots. She's rushed them. And that right then, with Janna's bonus movement speed, should tell you what playstyle this Janna is going to play. She is going to play roam heavy. Very roam heavy. Because that's, when you're getting to the higher and better support players, that's how they play. Really good predict Qs, man. And that is really the bread and butter of Janna's playstyle, is how good at you are predicting movement. If you're really good at predicting movement, you can most likely get these amazing tornadoes off. And hell, in a massive team fight, you can 5-man knock up the whole enemy team. Like, that's a big deal. Really big deal. And obviously Rakan can do that too, but everyone needs to be clumped for Rakan. Well, Janna's can go through the whole team in one sweep. So it's pretty impressive that so far we've already seen, I would say, 2 really good tornadoes. Which is awesome. Another predictor there. So again, this is the point. This Janna just knows movement of players. It's really good. Jax does go down in top lane. If you're wondering, by the way, it's a Lulu top lane. Lulu top, I think, has even seen some Worlds play. Not what I would consider a good solo queue pick. Unless you're dual queue and you're like, one of you's playing a hyper carry and the other one is playing Lulu top. Meanwhile, Samira hits level 6, goes all in. Janna just going to run away with a slow. But you can see there's the ignition switch for Samira. Land 6, well, there's the ult. Land 6 go all in. But red team has actually played this really well. Lilia's coming for a flank gank, getting the first kill and then going for the second one in a second. Misfortune doesn't go down just. Really nice, nicely played. Good patience from red team. They didn't panic. If they panicked, they may have actually got killed there, but they remained calm. They just flashed away, ran away from the Samira when she popped her ultimate. And the one thing with Samira, she is overpowered. She has too much damage. She has a CC thing that she shouldn't really have. But it's not... Overpowered doesn't mean unbeatable. You know, literally. Overpowered means it's just too strong for its own good. It's too strong for what it needs to actually do. Doesn't mean it's overpowered. Oh, sorry, it doesn't mean it's literally unbeatable and, like, ridiculously game-breaking. Obviously, the definition that if that does come the case, that this thing is just not beatable, then you can use the word game-breaking. Samira's not game-breaking, she's just overpowered. But yeah, she's low range, so run away from her, kite her ultimate out, CC her if you have any, and that's how you deal with it. It's the same about Alawi. Basically, Samira is very much like a smaller ranged version of Alawi in some ways. Lucian doing some damage, Samira doing a little bit of damage to Lucian. Janna ultimate comes through, by the way, we can't see it. Janna flashes aggressively and gets the Rakan kill. It's very aggressive Janna, this. This is really fun to watch, actually. And if you are enjoying, please do throw a like on the video. Lilia with this gank, looking for the Samira, who does go down in bot lane with the help of the Janna again. So 12 kills so far in the game. Janna has so far been involved in 8 of them, which is a pretty damn good ratio so far for the support, you know. And she's got 3 kills herself. And one thing I will say, her match history here, obviously as a support, you're not always looking for kills, but sometimes they happen. Some of the kills in this game the Janna's already got, it's fine. Like that flash on Rakan there, that's a kill that no one else would have got apart from the Janna. But most of the games, like in match history here, you know, we're talking some games she has 5 kills. A couple days ago she had a game with 7 kills. But the thing that I've actually got to point out with this Janna's game history and how this Janna is ranked 1, how she's impacting games, I'm just going to go through her kill participation percentage in each game. 80%, 77, 56, 81, 83, 62. She has another kill. She has insanely high, like there isn't a game here of recent match history that she's got under 50% basically kill participation. And very often she's in the 70 to 80% range. That's how involved this Janna is being. So that's how she's ranked 1 as support, is she's being involved in the game. There's no point playing Janna or even like Soraka or the kind of more known to be passive supports if you're just sitting in a bush. The best Sorakas even don't just sit in a bush. They play aggressive. They look for poke. They look for auto attacks. That's the difference between like these picks. Like, I'm not a massive fan of Enchanter supports because in the rating I am, even in Diamond, they're not great. A lot of the players don't play them great. They are the people that just sit in a bush. But when you're getting to Challenger, when you're getting maybe Master and above, maybe is the kind of the area, they are aggressive. The champions aren't necessarily designed to be aggressive, but the players play them aggressive, which is, again, it's an awesome thing to watch. Anyway, gank coming up top lane, Rakan Lulu. Not incredible damage, but there is also somebody else. I couldn't see who it was. It is a Rise. Lovely stun with then the Jack stun into Misfortune ultimate. Enemy team is escaping with the Rise ultimate, but will the Lulu escape? She does in the end. Wait, they actually didn't get the... Wait. What happened? Oh my god, did Rise ult just get cancelled a second or so before it was going to go off? That's unfortunate. And they will both die. Really nice play though by red team. Heavy roaming. You know, they've already got bot lane. So really, blue team should have expected the red team bot lane to be there because that's the natural thing that happens. You kill the tower's bot lane, you'll now go to top lane. Jax has teleported for Samira. Let's have a look how this 1v1 goes. Samira low mana. Jax uses his E. He's got nearly the stun. He does land it. Samira definitely in trouble. And yeah, this game does show that even Samira can go 1-7 in a challenger game. Because it's also worth noting, challenger players obviously know how to play the game very, 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 very well. And yes, even though if Samira is really strong, or let's say Kassadin is really strong, challenger players are also the players that can deal with it the best. So that's also something worth knowing. Jax versus Kindred in the 1v1, but Lilia is closing in. I don't think the Kindred will do well here. Nice E blocks a lot of the damage. Lilia in the area gets ignited as the Jax. Never mind. Big damage coming in. Lilia gets the sleep. Can she time it well? Isn't going to go for it in the end. And she just will run away. Again, Lilia, very strong champion herself when played correctly. And that's why many people probably don't rate Lilia that highly. Because, yeah, in average ratings, probably not that great. In really high ratings or pro play, pretty damn good champion. Janna looking for a bit of damage with that Q prediction. Misfortune by herself, arguably in the wrong position, but Lucian is flanking heavily. High damage by Lucian. Misfortune coming through. Isn't going to get anything there, and that will be the end of that. Janna might look for a tornado from them coming this way. Good vision control. And that will be that so far. So what I would say is vision scores. You can see the number on the trinket area. And I might need a sneeze in a second. Fair warning. Janna with a really good prediction. These predictions, I'm telling you, are really good. Rakan with a nice combo himself. Misfortune goes down. And there you go, by the way. A 1-7 Samira into a triple kill. So that's my point. Is she's overpowered. But challenger players know how to deal with her. But when they make a mistake, the overpoweredness of Samira is really high. So that's literally prime example of showing you guys. If some people are like, oh, I don't know if she's overpowered, she's doing pretty bad. One mistake that the enemy team make, they drop the ball, they don't focus Samira, boom, she gets a triple kill. That's the definition of overpowered, even in Challenger. So Janna's build, by the way, very well, not basic, very common. Obviously, having that Frostfang, which isn't stacking up too highly. It's nearly there, but obviously heavy roam play style, maybe a little bit less poke in the actual lane phase because she's been roaming, and obviously you're using time to run around the map instead of time to poke. But she'll be completing that item completely soon. Athene's though, first item, very standard. A bit of ability power, obviously Janna does enjoy. Her W actually does a decent amount of damage. And worth knowing, her skill order, it was maxing W early with 3 in W, and then she's now going into shield. So she's leaving the W at 3, and then probably going to max the shield to 5. It's just for that early lane poke. Early lane poke is very strong, does the most damage. Lilia, arguable positioning. Sleep doesn't unfortunately hit into the Misfortune ultimate. Lucian now in trouble. Enemy team on the aggression foot. Lulu ultimate comes through. Enemy team quite low. Nice tornado. Stops the Rakan. Janna gets that kill, which is lovely. Enemy team heavily chasing. Misfortune in trouble. Does go down to the Kindred. Again, we've made a video on Kindred, obviously, as being a champion. Aggressive flash by Janna with then the Q. Doesn't get it in the end. Maybe she thought the Jax was going to jump in at the same time, but that was unfortunately a bit of a wasted flash by Janna. But yeah, I would predict, by the way, if I had to guess, and I can look it up, is the Lulu duo with the Kindred. Let's have a look. So the Lulu, which is weird, isn't a Kali main, but then is a top lane main in general. Akali, Silas, Camille, Set, Ken, and Volibear. Is a top lane main and is duo with Don Arts, the Kindred. So there you go. It's easy to predict. I said earlier, it's not a solo queue pick, Lulu. It's a competitive pick, a top lane Lulu, unless you're duoing with a carry champion. Kindred jungle is a carry champion. So there you go. It's not hard to predict these things. What would also be interesting is, were they planning to do that at the beginning, or did Akali get banned or something like that? I can have a little look. I picked the wrong game. Bear with me. Which game is it? It's this game. And Akali was banned by red team. So that's maybe why this person isn't playing Akali. They're playing Lulu. My champion got banned. Therefore, I'll go on the Lulu. My duo partner can go Kindred. And there you go. I'm not a big fan, obviously, of that. I like when people are playing to the role. But obviously, that's just my opinion. You can like it. That's fine. Rift Herald is being started by a red team. Janna just looking for aggressive tornadoes just to slow the enemy team if they were to be about, but they're not. She has now, by the way, completed the Shard of True Ice, which is nice, and also the Ardent Sensor. So, you know, high shielding items here. Reminding people in new season, there is actually an anti-shielding item. There isn't that in the game right now. Lucian gets caught out. But yeah, people have said, yes, healing has been a problem for... Look at that Kindred damage. Healing has been a massive issue for quite a while. Right, has completely lost control of healing. That's getting a little overhaul in new season, with Grievous Wounds going up to 60% anti-healing with some items, and when you do certain parameters, making it stronger. But also, there is a new anti-shielding item, maybe 1 or 2 of them. So champions like Janna will be hurt by that, because at the moment there is no counter to shields, apart from Renekton's empowered W, I believe. But now there will be an item that you can purchase specifically if there is a Janna in the game, or something that has way too many shields. Like this game, for example, would be perfect, because it's a Janna. Sorry, well, I was going to say Janna and Lulu, but then I just realized they're on the opposite teams. But what I would say is, it's still probably a good idea, let's say for the enemy team, let's say Kindred, to buy that item if it was new season. Because let's say Lucian or Misfortune get a Phantom Dancer or a Bloodthirster or both. Obviously, that increases a shield. Also, then they have a Janna. That's a lot of shielding. So it would maybe be a good idea for an anti-shield item to exist, and obviously it is upcoming. Right, so how is Red Team going to win this game? They're slightly behind in gold. They do have 1 kill lead. Misfortune on the back foot to the gank again. These two are basically like glue. They're just going to stick together at all times. You know. What can Janna do herself? So what would Janna be looking to do in team fights would be obviously getting a good Q, knocking up as many people as possible. But really, I would presume, is stopping the Samira. With her ultimate. So if someone gets caught out, Janna ultimate is a form of CC. It's a pushback, and it will stop a Samira ultimate. So that is what I would presume she'll be looking to do. Also, I don't know if the audio is bugged, but in my left ear, I was like hearing weird noises from the game. I think that's stopped, but I don't think it has stopped, actually. Let me pause it and re-go. I think that fixed it. That was weird. Anyway, nice little knock-up damage. It hasn't fixed it. I can still hear it. Apologies if that is happening for you guys too. Replays, I will say, which is a bit weird to me, are really bugged at the moment. Like, really bugged. Obviously, we can't see when Janna uses ultimate. Sometimes you can't see teleports. And the sound's gone now. I don't know why they haven't fixed it. And what is weirding me out and why I say that is Worlds is on. And I've watched a couple Worlds games, and it seems to be okay in the replay file. But, like, how is it so different to their version of replays than our version of replays? I have no idea. Jax, by the way, getting caught out, does go down to the Samira with the Lulu. And obviously that will be a strong combo too. Lulu did use ultimate there as well. So this isn't looking too good. This is not looking great for Red Team, the Janna's team. The only way that I could see them making a comeback here is, honestly, they need to force probably a grouping situation. A grouping situation or a pick situation on the Kindred. Or Lucian here, you can see, obviously, the strength difference between champions. Like, Lulu is legit just a support. So she's a support that just got caught. Will go down to Lucian. So nice split push by him, actually. I do recognize the name, by the way. Drop the boss. Oh, no, that's not drop the boss. That's DOS the boss. Kindred will get that kill. Enemy team questionable engage, by the way. That was a 2v3, and they both go down. Janna getting the kill on the Rakan, and Baron has been pinged. Kindred did get the kill, though, on Lucian, so they are missing him. But honest, can Kindred run into a 4-man situation? Probably not. So this is, grouping situation, force an objective. You can see Kindred already now on the minimap. Probably, she might come to the steal. Obviously, Red Team now knows she's on her way. It's too late, I would say. And also, Janna can kind of mess with the Kindred quite a bit, and the Baron will go down. So mistake there from blue team. Potential pick though, one big pick, maybe even two. Yep, two. Look at that Kindred damage with an attached Lulu. It is frightening. So that's a small mistake as well from red team, having Baron, but then get two of the Baron buffs die instantly. But they still have it on some people, and that is a good thing. So now I would presume they're going to base, wait for the death timers, and then group up. It is going to give blue team Dragon. I would say that those couple kills, which is again not great, but they should group up when everybody's alive. They have Baron minion advantage. Enemy team, I would say, don't have great wave clear. Their AD carries low range. Ryze has good wave clear, but that's about it. Kindred's got low range too. Lulu has no damage. Rakan has no wave clear. So they don't have great wave clear. So sieging for red team could actually be the way forward. Lilia with siege, if they get a pick, a good sleep into a misfortune ultimate, that's pretty scary. Rakan looking on the side for a potential tower dive, which I'd be surprised if they went for. But overall, not too bad so far. Farm, I would say, on the lower side for a challenger game, but that's why I've always said, oh, Huz, when people ask me the question, what's good farm at 20 minutes? What's good farm at 15, 20, 25 minutes? It doesn't really exist. Obviously, there is always the most perfect situation if you land every single farm possible, but that's not League. It's a League game. You're roaming, you're dying, you're getting kills, you're chasing, you're missing farm too. That's why going for like perfect farm or these numbers of, oh, you have to hit a certain amount of farm at 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I would never focus on that. Focus on what the most farm you can get for the game you're currently in, sure. But every game is different. There shouldn't be just one generic number you should be aiming for. Enemy team might be roaming top lane for this Lucian, who they may think is currently alone. Lilia sleep does land on the Lulu, but they're not going to go for the ball. They're not going to go for the sleep ultimate. And Lucian is going to go back. Maybe not in the end. And I would say I'm a bit confused by red team's play. They've got Baron, and right now they are not using it at all. They're not pushing any waves. They're not giving empowered minion Baron buff. I might need to sneeze. Bear with me. Bless me. Engage. Second one. There we go. Enemy bot lane. They do get the kill on Lucian. Misfortune gets one kill. Jax comes in for the backline flank. Kindred really low with her ultimate. Is going to go down any second. We're going to watch this fight again because I was half blind sneezing during that. Right, let's watch that again. What happened? Sorry about that, everyone. Alright, so let's speed it up and then slow it down. Okay, so Samira is here, looking aggressive. They've got vision of Samira. Rakan engages from the bush. Samira goes in like a 2v3, basically. Lucian gets caught, nearly kills the Lulu. Misfortune almost comes down. Jax flashes, kills the Lulu, gets a double kill for both supports. Kindred then goes very low, pops her ultimate, doesn't get the kill, and Ryze basically wasn't involved in that fight at all. So that arguably was Lucian, Samira and Rakan being a little bit over-aggressive, a little bit like, we're going in. Ryze now obviously on the back foot is going to miss the Jack stun, but then Miss Fortune will get that kill. So that was just over-aggression from the enemy bot lane. No Ryze. Lucian, I will say he died, but he actually got the Kindred's damage on him a lot, so she didn't just kill everybody in the fight. And also she got really low very fast and had to pop ultimate, which means she wasn't killing anybody because they were immune. Not sure the game can end. We'll see if they can. Samira going to go in with a W. Yasuo ultimate thing. Not even ultimate. She is ulting now. Will go down, does the Lilia. Janna going aggressive. Isn't going to get it. And once again, another triple kill for Samira. Again, you can't drop the ball around that champion. She will just kill everything at this stage. Jax is going to steal the red buff, though, which is a nice steal. Hopefully no one dies, though, in the end. For red team, they should go back, wait for death timers. They've opened the base basically completely, by the way, so they just have to probably group. Be a little bit careful, wait for the all-in, disengage off it, or use Janna ultimate to stop the Samira, and then use your damage to overtake the fight. Obviously, Lilia as well, really good counter to over-aggressive play, because you can just sleep them, and then they're just stuck in the middle of your team. Lucian, by the way, looking what is likely for a pick of some situation, of like a Lulu just ran into him or a Rakan ran into him. Maybe he could get a cheeky kill. Not sure if he could kill the others. Even Ryze, I would say, might be too strong at this stage in the game. Kindred definitely too strong, and I wouldn't say the Lucian could 1v1 the Samira right now either. So, yeah. So Janna, though, doing quite well, has a redemption now, by the way, with that Dark Seal. Why is that Dark Seal there? Well, Medjai's is an item that is usually reserved for very fed mages. Well, Medjai's on a couple champions is actually relatively meta for them, just to have normally. Janna is one of these champions. You shouldn't really be dying on Janna. Yumi is another champion that Medjai's is pretty much common in her build. There's a few. Evelyn is another, but that's for a different reason. That's just Evelyn being too strong. But yeah, Janna buys Medjai's naturally, because if you're dying actively on Janna, you're playing it bad. She's a very safe champion, even when playing aggressive. She's very fast. She's got good disengage. She's got a shield to save herself if she needs to. So yeah, you shouldn't really be dying. If you're dying, what I would say generically, over 4 or 5 deaths per game on Janna, you need to die less. She is supposed to be a low death champion. So I have no idea, by the way, where blue team has gone. We haven't actually had active vision on them for quite some time. There's the Samira. But you got Jax up in top lane looking to push, and he's just waiting in a bush. You got Lucian in bot lane waiting in a bush. They're just kind of waiting to see information, basically. And both of them at the same time might be leaving the bushes now to do some aggressive pushing. Jax right now does have teleport, so he can join a fight if needed. Lucian nearer the dragon, which is most likely going to be the next big fight, and maybe not. Enemy team looking for any pick they possibly can get. I'm going to be honest, this doesn't really do anything for them. You know, what does that kill actively do for red? Meanwhile, Samira goes down. Ryze will get the Lucian, but can red team end the game? Probably not. But yeah, does that kill on Jax get anything? No, because it's not getting you an objective. It's not getting you anything. Lulu's trying to stop the game. Kindred above them. That Kindred just one-shot people, by the way. Kindred ultimate comes down. Miss Fortune will get the kill. With then that lifesteal, will get another kill. Janna got one shot, by the way, and the game's ended. So honestly, blue team doing that pick on Jack's top lane lost them the game, because it was a pick for three people committed for that play. There was no objective. It was just one kill. That was weird, you know? That was a really weird idea for a pick. But overall, Janna did really well, and I can kind of see how she's rank 1. If she plays consistently like that, which by her match history, it does look like she does. You can see vision score. A little bit less vision than Rakan, but that's not too bad. But very aggressive early. Wasn't just sitting in a bush, aggressively auto-attacking, really good predicted Qs. And unfortunately, because of the replay bug, she was using Janna ultimate in this game. We just couldn't tell always when she was using it because the replay file is just bugged. But she was using it as well. But overall, that is the current rank 1 player on EUS, a pure Janna one trick who looks like they're not a duo queue player. So that is very impressive. like insanely. But that is going to be it. If you guys did enjoy it, let me know what you think down below. Are you impressed with the support being rank 1? Does this change your mind that support can be a good solo queue role? Let me know. And that's going to be it. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.